BKFC fight fans, I am with Luis Baboon Palomino, the winner, the big winner. You got to break down that short fight for us, sir.
Well, you know, it was like I said in my previous interviews, I knew that he was going to come gunning because that's the only chance that he has, a puncher's chance, what they call it, right? To actually land something, put me to sleep, or cut me up enough for the fight to get stopped. And I couldn't allow that. I had to move, I had to be on my horse, but sticking that jab down the middle where he can run right into it, and he ran right into it more than once. And I finished, I think it was a right hand that connected, and, you know, he felt the power. It was a short night for him.
Exactly. As I recall, it looks like you set up the jab, and then you had an overhand right.
Yes. I seen his face turning sideways from the jab. Like, he had two jabs before that, and his face keep going sideways. So I said, okay, let me follow up now. When I followed up, bloop, it was there.
Who do you want to fight next, sir?
Who do I want to fight is a very good question. I don't want to talk about this clown that I think it was very disrespectful to even allow this clown to jump into the square circle in a moment that I've worked so hard for. Mm-hmm. You know, I really worked really hard for this, and this is a historical moment for a clown like that to come over here and try to steal my shine. And I don't care about him. He's a nobody. Nobody knows him. He's not gonna do anything for this show. We want big names. We want money fights. We want George Masvidal to come and step into the square circle. We want Nate Diaz to come into the square circle. And we want something from somebody that just came out of UFC or doesn't want to be with UFC no more, or Bellator, or ONE FC, or a professional boxer, or a kickboxer, somebody that has an actual following, an actual name that's going to bring more recognition to the event and make it a money fight. That's what I want.
You're naming all my favorite fighters, of course. I like both the Diaz brothers.
Me too.
All right, we have to talk as you have two beautiful belts around your neck, so let's talk about that, sir.
So this one is the title that I defended, and they brought out the Police Gazette Diamond Belt, which is the beginning of all belts. This was 135 years ago when it all began in bare knuckle. Dave Suleiman was the first one to conquer, John L. Suleiman was the first one to conquer this belt, and they remade it. And it hasn't been brought out in 100 years, so it's a huge honor to be able to fight for this, especially here in my hometown. And now I possess, you know, new and the old history.
What was going through your mind when you had both of these belts presented to you, sir?
Man, it's just it's that unexplainable feeling. I remember a little time back, I tried looking for this feeling because I hadn't fought for a title in a long time in MMA. And I had those 4 titles, and I hadn't quite captured that moment again. And I tried jumping off a plane. You know, I'm scared of heights, and I jumped off a plane looking for that feeling. It got pretty close, but it was too short. So like, this feeling is like is something like that times 1,000, where like it just lasts. You know, it's a high you can never replace.
Suffice to say, you've definitely found your home in bare knuckle.
100%. I'm retired from MMA. You would have to pay me some big bucks for me to return to MMA. I have no interest in returning to MMA. This is what I've always loved. MMA, you know, the losses that I suffered were decisions mostly, and it was due to wrestlers or grapplers that just held on to me and won for top control. You know, like, unless it was like a Gagey fight. Like, Gagey was a wrestler that actually wanted to, you know, trade some shots. Gage, I'd love to trade with you over here, you know, where you don't have no fear, no takedowns, you know, you can let yourself go. But it's just, you know, I'm here to stay. I'm definitely here to stay.
What is this, Luis? And talk a little bit about how you got this.
So my opponent, Jim Alers, had been walking around with this belt, and I've seen in some interviews where he's actually explaining that he's actually saying that it is disrespectful what he's doing, because it is. I don't even know how the organization let him come to the press conferences and the interviews with this fake belt, walking around with this fake belt. And, you know, we had a little altercation about it, whatever and whatnot. But I told him, look, you're coming to take my belt, so I beat you. You got to give me that belt. And sure enough, in the locker room, you know, being the real athlete that he is, the real man that he is, he came, kept his word, and brought me that belt that, you know, he knows that should be with me as well. That goes to my son's room.
What a great show of respect. Luis Baboon Palomino, I can't wait to see you back in the squared circle. Go and celebrate the 305, because it is his town. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.